Everybody's having a beautiful day. Okay, so I woke up on the great side of the bed this morning. I'm going to explain why. So we finally have somebody to gauge my interviewing skills against. I want y'all to go look at the Full Banger interview that he did with Vlad. Then I want y'all to come back and look at the interview he did with me. I want y'all to come check out the Full Banger interview on Full. I interviewed all of the Treyway dudes, damn near. The only person I didn't interview was Shotty. You could go look at all of our interviews. I want you to go look at the Full Banger interview. I interviewed him more than once. I spoke to him more than once. I want you to go check out the Full Banger interview we did. And then I want you to go check out the interview he did with Vlad. And I want you to tell me which one was better. Also, I'm going to add all the questions that Vlad asked Full Banger that he refused to answer. He answered those same questions for me. You got to prep. You have to prep your interviewee. Okay? Vlad don't prep nobody. Vlad trying to catch people off guard, and he trying to get you to say weirdo shit to screw you over half of the time. That's what he does. I'm not mad at Vlad. I'm also not hating. I want to be clear on this. Everybody that goes on his platform knows what it's for. Copy? Second thing I want to point out is this. Did y'all see how media trained Full Banger was? Did anybody realize how media trained Full Banger was? Full Banger was media trained. You want to know why? Because I literally media train every person that I interview before I interview them. Hate on me, fam. But it seems like I'm on point every time I do anything. They just tell you not to respect greatness. Pardon me, I'm sorry about the spitting. It's going to happen more than once. So I want to point this out. I don't want there to be no misunderstanding. I did a Full Banger interview where Full Banger answered all of the fucking questions that Vlad asked him, and he refused to answer. Jack Frost got those answers out of him. Shout out to Full Banger. Shout out to MOB. Pardon me, HOB, Hop Out Boys. Yes, ma'am. Have a blessed day. Shout out to Full Banger. Shout out to Hop Out Boys. Shout out to Bird Gang. And yes, I do know these people, by the way. They told you they hate me, fam. Yes, I know these people, by the way. I've interviewed them. I want to hear somebody say I don't know somebody I interviewed more than once. I interviewed Fool like 3 times, fam. The videos are still up. BBN Network, Jack Frost, Full Banger. Put it in. Let's go. Whew. That's up here. Somebody I interview. So now you know how good my interview skills actually are. While all of this time, niggas been lying to you and telling you I'm not media. Lying to you. Telling you that I'm not a journalist. Then why did I do better journalism than Vlad? He got a team. It's just me. Vlad got a whole team, fam. How I do a better interview than the dude with a whole team? They make millions of dollars over there. Whatever research or whatever they need to do, they could get done. It's just me. I got a finite amount of time and resources. How I'm doing better interviews than these guys? In any regard, we could talk about all Full Banger, Treyway, Tekashi stuff. Whatever y'all want to talk about this morning, it's up for grabs. All right? Whatever y'all want to talk about. Any questions y'all got to ask me. If you saw the Vlad interview, if there's anything that you want to ask me specifically that he refused to answer, you can ask me in the chat. I'll answer some of the stuff. Some of the stuff I'm going to tell you, you got to go and listen to the interview specifically. Because for people that don't know, the interview I did with Full Banger was actually extremely controversial. For the people that don't know, it wasn't just controversial out here in the streets of New York. It was also controversial in the music industry because of what he said about Shotty. So the interview I did with Food Banger was actually extremely controversial. It got me on the bad side of a lot of people, of a couple of people in the industry, pardon me, that pull triggers. Not guns, but make things happen. Do deals. I mean, probably people that kill people too. What the fuck I know? In any regard. So anything y'all want to ask about the Tekashi trial, anything y'all want to ask about Treyway, Food Banger, ask ahead. You're gonna have to go to the video. I'm gonna speak about something he did say real quick. So Vlad asked him about Shotty. Now I'm telling you right now, Vlad researched my videos. I'm telling you he did. Because I saw how he was asking some of the questions. So Vlad asked him about Shotty. Food didn't want to respond. On my video, he talked about Shotty. On my video, Food talked about Shotty. He didn't talk about Shotty with Vlad. So if you go to our video, you hear what he thinks about the Shotty situation. Just so we can be clear. Pardon me, I'm sorry about the spitting once again. Just so we could be clear, if you go to the Vlad interview, he would not talk about Shotty. In my interview, he talked specifically about Shotty, and I have an interview where the only thing he talked about was Shotty. Just so we could be clear. Now, I'm not saying this because I'm trying to go at Shotty. I'm not trying to have no problems with the guy. I really don't. I know he think there's beef between me and him. He's pissed. I'm not trying to piss the guy off, all right? I know Shotty pissed at me. He been pissed at me, though. But I'm not trying to hate on the brother. You understand what I'm saying? He could have gave me an interview just like everybody else gave me an interview. If he would have spoke to any of the dudes from Treyway, they would have told him, I'm honest as shit, fam. If you say certain things, I'm gonna ask you for some accountability. Other than that, I let you say what you're gonna say, do what you're gonna do, but I do hold you accountable. Now, with all that being said, shout out to Ty Da. How you doing, my brother? Salute. You remember when we did the Food Banger interviews, right? Did you see the Vlad interview? He didn't answer none of Vlad questions. You see how they be out here trying to tell you I'm not a journalist? Then why my research was better than Vlad's? Vlad got a team, fam. Why was my research better than Vlad's? Remember, they tell you to hate me, fam. They tell you I don't know what I'm doing. And I don't think it's a race thing. I don't think niggas respecting Vlad because he's white and they not respecting me because I'm black. I don't think that's what it is. I don't think that's what it is. But the videos are still up. You're going to have people tell you I'm capping. You're going to have people tell you I'm lying, I'm exaggerating. The videos are still up, fam. My dude, Vlad is all industry. Then why is his research not better than mine? And I did my video 4 years ago. I interviewed him 4 years ago. Vlad had 4 years to get the research that he needed in order to be able to complete the interview and do the interview well. I didn't. I only had a couple of months. Why my interview better? I think that's a fair question. So I was able to do in like 4 or 5 months what Vlad wasn't able to do in 4 or 5 years. A little bit more. Because y'all love Vlad. Don't forget that part. Right? Y'all love that dude. I'm not saying that you shouldn't. I'm just saying y'all love Vlad. Ah, fuck. I hope she ain't heard it. Hold on, let me see if we lose. No, we're not losing. Fam, I'm so much better than I get credit for. I just don't stand on the damn soapbox all day talking about it. Pardon me. So much better than I get credit for. I just don't stand on the soapbox all day talking about it, fam. That's it. Also this morning, I would like to talk about Fannie Willis, and I would like to talk about your man, Mayor Eric Adams. I would like to talk about both of those conversations today. But I wanted to give y'all a little bit of food. I don't know if y'all really, because at the end of the day, I'm not going to lie, I'm listening to the Fool Banger interview that dude did, and Fool's not answering any questions. And not for nothing, there's things that he could have asked Fool that was interesting that Fool would have answered because it doesn't conflict with nothing. He was just so busy not making his interviewee, the person he interviewing, he just wasn't making him comfortable. If you're not making the person you interviewing comfortable, how they gonna say all of the good shit? So Vlad was not making Fool comfortable. Watch the video again. Then go listen to the video I did with Fool. Fool was locked up when I did his video. He was on Rikers. What up, Nervin? He was on Rikers when I interviewed Fool. Fool wasn't free. He was locked up. Also, go check out the Crippy interview. We interviewed Crippy also. Come on, fam. Stop playing with me. We interviewed Bat also, I believe. I know I spoke to Bat. I'm not 100% sure if I put the interview up. But I believe we interviewed Bat also. Bat's this guy's cousin. Bat is Snow Billy's cousin. And we interviewed Snow Billy. So stop, fam. Niggas is telling you that I'm not worth respecting, but I'm out here literally interviewing all the murderers and killers, fam. I'm interviewing all of the niggas in the street making it happen. And y'all bitches, if they fuck with me, what's up, my brother? All these niggas in the street making it happen, fuck with me. But you gonna not fuck with me? But all the niggas that was making it happen, fuck with me, fam. Niggas was really making it, they fuck with me. But some weirdo in the street don't fuck with me, so niggas is gonna not fuck with me because some random weirdo don't fuck with me? That don't even make sense, man. Thank you. Shout out the Nerve and Numbers. Didn't I tell y'all that? 6ix9ine, Fool told y'all. 6ix9ine didn't do any crimes. I've been telling everybody that. 6ix9ine did not do any crimes. I told y'all that. What did he say? He said that to Vlad. 6ix9ine didn't do any crimes. That's the same shit I've been telling everybody. When niggas keep saying he needs to be locked up and he needs to be in jail. I know he didn't do any crimes because I spoke to all of the niggas involved, damn near. And all of the niggas involved said 6ix9ine didn't do any crimes. I spoke to people that I didn't even release interviews for. For everybody that don't know, I'll do an interview with you. That don't mean we releasing it. If that shit is trash, or I feel like you bullshitting me, or I feel like you might get yourself and other people arrested, if I can't cut the bitch up well, I'm not gonna put it out. I'm not trying to put my brothers and sisters in jail. That's the police job to figure out why you did whatever you did, or if you did it. Yeah, Vlad got quiet when he said that because Vlad is always talking about how 6ix9ine needed to be in jail, how 6ix9ine committed crimes. 6ix9ine didn't commit any fucking crimes. But I do like what he said. I do like what he said when Vlad spoke to him about 6ix9ine standing on business. And he basically, when he said when 6ix9ine snitched, that he thinks 6ix9ine was going to snitch. And he said he didn't believe he was going to snitch. Pardon me. Now, I'm going to say this because I was told this by multiple people. A lot of people did not think that 6ix9ine was going to snitch. 6ix9ine snitching was a surprise to a lot of people. A lot of people did not think he was going to snitch. It was really a surprise. I told y'all that, though. I told y'all 6ix9ine didn't commit no crimes. I didn't say anything wrong. I had people create whole entire pages in order to disrespect me by saying that I was wrong and 6ix9ine committed crimes. Now you got the dude that went to jail and did 5 years saying 6ix9ine didn't commit no crimes. How am I wrong? People just say I'm wrong, fam. I don't be wrong. They just say it. That's it. That's all they do. They just say I'm wrong. I don't even be wrong. Pardon me, I'm sorry about that. Y'all don't even be wrong. I told y'all 6ix9ine didn't commit no crimes. I told y'all that. Now the dude that just did 5 years, the shooter, the nigga that shot up the Barclays, don't forget, fool shot up Barclays, interviewed me after he shot up Barclays, told us exactly what happened in the Barclays, step for step. Me, nigga. Me. Pardon me.
Morning, thank you.
Good morning. You're welcome, man. Me. I told y'all, I ain't cat. They got y'all out here hating a nigga that really been out here doing this shit the right way. Respecting the fucking game and respecting the street. They got y'all hating on a nigga that been out here doing it the right way. Shame on them. They should be ashamed of themselves. They should be embarrassed. I had those same gangsters out here agreeing to give away food to the homeless. I had them same gangster ass niggas out there giving away clothes and shit like that. Them same gangster ass niggas, I had them giving away food and money to the homeless and shit like that. Same niggas, fam. It's on the page. The videos are still up. I had killers and drug dealers out there giving away to the community, fam. That's a fact. I don't got a cat. So, young La, let's have this conversation. Please don't go nowhere. I'm just asking you to be respectful. That's it. I'm going to be respectful back. All right? I'm just asking you to be respectful. That's it. I'm not asking you to do nothing else. 0 other things. Correct? That testimony was the person was actually told to not shoot anyone, but to shoot to scare them. You do know this, right? So since the person who actually did the thing was actually informed to shoot to scare the individual, and there's nobody, even with the video, whatever he's saying, there's no evidence that there was people that was actually going to follow through with the thing, right? And there's also more evidence that there's other accusations that he made that those people also didn't follow, correct? You listening? That means that what he did isn't enforceable. You understand? Because also remember. All right, morning. Oh shit, I'm on live, man. I'm not trying to get your business. Appreciate you. I'm sorry about that. I'm waiting for this store right here to open. I think they open like around 10. I came out here early. I was a little excited. I would go inside of the fucking laundromat, but the weirdos in the neighborhood called the fucking laundromat people on me. So I'm in the way right now. I really don't want to be in the way. But check this out. I just want to explain this. I'm not trying to be a dick. Listen, I interview all of these gangster dudes. Good morning. I interview all of these gangster dudes. Kept it real. I didn't shit on nobody. I didn't have none of these dudes saying anything that was going to get them locked up. They'll even tell you, I took out clips of stuff that they said that I thought was questionable and might have the police coming out them. So that's the kind of guy I am. I'm not Vlad, fam. I'm not trying to make no money off of nobody getting fucked up in the game. I'm not Vlad. All right? I'm not Vlad. That's not my intent. That's not my anything. Just saying. Anyway. So hold on. So you do know that this was in the court of law. So basically what they ascertained in the court of law, that even though Tekashi said what he said on the phone, every single person involved didn't take it as seriousness. The actual person that went to go do the thing, if you remember, that actually did time for it, I don't remember if he's still locked up. I think he's out. Is Kuda B. Kuda B's out, right? What Kuda B was told to do was not to shoot anybody. Kuda B was told to shoot to scare them. Kuda B was told to shoot up the building. Go look at the nerve and numbers. Go. The video is still up. The video is still up. Go check it out. The video is still up. Go check it out. The video is still up. Go check it out. You could actually even see who he gave better answers to if you want. Or you could just hate and be like, who got more views? Or you could not hate and say, who did an actual better interview? You could go check it out for yourself. But yes, nerve and numbers. Shotty answered a lot of questions for me that he did not answer for Vlad. That's a fact. Shotty, pardon me, not Shotty. Full Banger was answering my questions that he did not answer. That's a fact. That's not of a debate. That's a whole fact. That's a whole fact. Just so we could be clear. That's a whole fact. Full Banger was answering questions for me that he refused to, that he did not answer for Vlad. That's a fact. I don't want to go into the whole Shotty thing because it was extremely controversial. Go check the video out yourself. Let's look at the video. It was a lot of controversy behind the Shotty shit. There was some people in the industry that has money that started paying people to put hit pieces out on me and everything. It is what it is, fam. Why you think I got so many hit pieces against me? Why you think I got so many situations where people are just making videos where they just talking shit about me? This is where all of that started. All of that started from there. When they was paying people to come at me. That's where all of this shit started from. Because they was mad. And Shotty was pissed. Because I said some shit he ain't like. And then I wouldn't take my video down. Them niggas threatened my life and I told them, and I just didn't care. The one that threatened my life. I want to be clear on this. I spoken to that man. Me saying it was him would be inaccurate. I'm saying that there was a person that came to me and was telling me to drop the video, take the video down, that specific video. And they was threatening my life. I don't know if Shotty told him to do anything or not. I doubt he did. Yeah, I think they were just being overzealous. That's it. I don't think Madame. I don't think that's all I think. I don't think Shotty told that was some weirdo shit. Nothing to do with it, and I believe it. Or believe her, however you want to put it. Yeah. It's just some weirdos. People are always doing weirdo shit. You know what I'm saying? When people are trying to get in good with somebody and then they go do some weirdo shit. People are always doing weirdo shit. You understand what I'm saying? Phone close to me. Purposely, I'm not showing anybody's faces or who's walking past me or who's doing what. Because we don't do that when I'm on live, if anybody is concerned or worried about it. I don't take photos of other people. The only time you ever see me put anybody on live is if they doing something weirdo shit and I think I need some kind of evidence. Other than that, we don't do that over here. We're not on that type of time. But hold on, Tada. You know, if the courts considered what he was doing a crime, he'd be in jail. Kuda B, pardon me. No, because he got the 501k. But I just want to be clear about this. Fool Banga is a part of the situation going on over there. He did 5 years. He's telling you that that dude didn't do any crimes. How you gonna go against a nigga that got 5 years? I'm trying not to get their conversation. I don't want to go in the store, but I don't like. I think they trying to walk past me and like have their conversation on the live. I don't want to come in here and step back outside. But I don't like when people do that. I don't like when people do that. Like, you could just come talk to me. Like, instead of talking to me, you want to walk past my live and speak loud. Like, you could just come talk to me. I'm standing. The only persons I did not speak to is Shadi and Takashi. I spoke to every other person involved in the Treyway matter. Every other person. I'm gonna step inside for like 2 seconds. Just a little cold. Every other person I interviewed, every single person involved in the Treyway matter. Yeah, it's a little buffery. I know, I'm sorry about that. That's why everybody's leaving, right? Is it real bad? Is it bad, Tada? That's why we can't keep nobody in here right now. I know it's not doing well, the stream. Is it bad? Like, should I dub the stream? Ah, fuck. Copy. That's probably what it is. Too much movement, right? All right, so we're going to stand still for a bit. So, just want to be clear about this. I don't want there to be no misunderstanding. I am not trying to crap on dude's interview. Vlad's interview. I saw 3 parts of it. It just seemed like he wasn't getting any information. Most of the questions that he asked, dude wasn't even answering. Right? Let's just be honest about that. Most of the questions that he was asked, homeboy wasn't even answering. Fool wasn't even answering. Now I want you to go and check out my interview that I did with Fool Banga. I want to say this. The reason why people answer my questions for the most part is because I do prep. I talk to you. I find out what you're comfortable associating with. I try to find out who you are kind of as a person so I know how to speak to you in order to be able for you to feel comfortable. This is very important. I think that when you run certain platforms like Vlad's platform, I don't think you necessarily create an atmosphere, especially with some of the things that have happened to people since they've done interviews with Vlad. I mean, you blow up, don't get me confused. But at the same time, besides blowing up, some of the things...
It's not working.
Said Fool Banga wasn't trying to indict himself. Fool Banga already went to jail for all of the crimes that he was being asked about. How would him answering those crimes indict him? I'm not coming for you. No disrespect. I'm just asking a question. Fool Banga's already did time. All of those crimes that he was actually speaking about, they've already taken care of in court. So how could he get them indicted? How can that happen? I'm here, I'm listening. Explain it. When he was doing an interview with me, the case was still going on. He could have gotten indicted. And I didn't in any way did I do anything that harmed Fool Banga. And he did his interview with me before they went to trial. Okay, so I don't I'm gonna say this one more time and then I'm just gonna move on because I think that this is one of those, no disrespect to you, but I think you're one of those people that no matter how wrong you are, you're gonna keep insisting that you're right. So I'm gonna explain one more time because I want to show respect to your question or to your comment, and then I'm just gonna move on because obviously it doesn't matter what I say. You're just gonna keep insisting you know you're right, right? So everything that Vlad asked him about, at least from what I've seen, are situations that they've already handled in court. So my question is, if they've already handled all of these cases in court, how, that they're done, they're over with, how can he get indicted for talking about them? Also remember, there's the dude that comes on there from actual Boston. That's the whole murderer killer, and he talks about all the killings he's done. Give me 1 second. I didn't say that dude wasn't being careful about what he was saying. Obviously, he was being careful about what he was saying. My point was is that he couldn't still be indicted. While when he spoke to me, he could still be indicted. And I was good enough of an interviewer to be able to interview him without getting him to say things that was adding to the indictment. That's my point. I think you're just asking random questions that you don't know any answers to. So you're just asking things that I don't. You're asking the same questions over and over and over again. So I'm gonna just take it as I don't need to actually answer the questions until you start answering different questions. You're asking the same question in a different manner. And then on top of that, you're asking me to try to tell you what Fubenga was thinking. I can't do any of that. All I know is when I interviewed him and when I asked him questions, he answered the questions I asked him. That's it. I don't know why he isn't answering the questions for Vlad. How can I? I haven't spoken to him in maybe a year or so. How can I? Or I haven't communicated back and forth with him. Maybe a year or so. Maybe a little over a year. What I do like is everything that I told him that he should be doing, he came out and immediately got to it. And everything that I asked him, everything I told him that he should be doing, as soon as he came out of jail, he immediately got to it. Immediately. Every single piece of advice I gave him, he immediately came out of jail and got to it. So he has a a movie that's supposed to be going on Tubi. I told him this story the interviews are still up. I don't got a cat. I told him to go get merch together. He came out, immediately got merch together. I don't got a cat. Everything that I told him to do, he came straight out of prison and got to it. I don't got a cat. He was doing some of this stuff while he was still in prison. I don't got a cat. All of the gang niggas that I had any type of dealings with that are actually doing the advice that I gave them are benefiting. It's the dudes that didn't want to do what I asked them to do that aren't benefiting. And none of these things I'm going to benefit from. All of this was just me just trying to help other people. None of this stuff was anything that I'm going to benefit from. That was just me. You fuck with me, I fuck with you. I'm just throwing out advice because that's how you work. When you hang out with your friends, what do y'all talk about? When I hang out with my friends, I want to talk about different ways we could make money for the most part. I want to talk about how we could invest. I want to talk about how we can make money. I want to talk about how we're going to improve on something. You understand? I'm not these other dudes that want to talk about how they're going to fuck somebody else's life up, or they want to, like, I don't even want to hang out with you niggas. I want to talk about prosperity. Like, people got kids and families and people who love them. I might not, but other people, I got a kid, but, you know, other people got people that, you know, they want to, you know, so I want to talk about that. I want to talk about how we can, so those are the conversations I have. I don't have these other conversations. So go check the BBN Food Banger interview. Go check it out. I promise you, he told me way more stuff than he told Vlad. I promise you, my questions are better. I'm promising you, his answers are better. I'm promising you. I'm promising you. It's just a better interview, fam. It's just a better interview. And my Snow Billy interview is better. My Snow Billy interview is better than Vlad's interview that he did with Snow. And my fucking and my Food Banger interview is better. That's two interviews that he interviewed the same person I interviewed, and my interviews are better. Stop it, fam. Vlad is supposed to be the best interviewer out here, right? Damn near. In this area, in this arena, right? Then how come the two people that we both interviewed, how come my interview's better? Cross. The fuck you talking about, fam? Part of my language. My interview's better, and it's not of a question. Ask me some more about the interview, fam. And this got the one guy in here talking to me now, and he trying to, I don't know what he's trying to do, but this shit don't make no sense. Hey, what up, Ja? I ain't see you was in here. I don't know if you're still in here or not, though. I mean, I reach out to Fool. Fool still talks to me. I reach out to him. He promised me an interview when he get back out of jail anyway. I reach out to him. Shit, I wouldn't be surprised if he'd let me pull up on them when they shooting they movie. Like, this nigga fuck with me, fam. These dudes fuck with me, fam. Well, cause I don't know how many of y'all was like hitting dudes up every couple of months on their IGs and trying to find out how they was doing and contacting their people every now and then and seeing how they was doing in jail. I don't know if y'all was doing that shit. I was, though. Shout out to Mel Matrix. Once again, shout out to the Hop Out Boys. Shout out to the Hop Out Boys. Shout out to freaking HOB, that's what they go by. Shout out to what's the other shit they go? Not that vamp life shit. Shout out, I don't know about them niggas. Shout out. Yeah. Jack Rose. Keep trying to tell y'all. Stop listening to the haters, man.
Thank you.
Listen to supporters. Stop listening to haters. You're welcome. Have a blessed day. Stop listening to people who hate on other people all the time. How could somebody hate on another nigga and not be miserable? Only people that hate on people is miserable people, man. Y'all busy out here taking the word of miserable people. Stop taking the word of miserable people. I already did a Crippy interview. What are you talking about? I did a Crippy interview. I got like 2 of them. What are you talking about? I interviewed Crippy. Put it in. BBNNETWORK, Crippy. I interviewed him. I interviewed him more than once. Shout out to Crippy. That's a fact. I fuck with Crippy. Crippy did one of the realest shits ever. I'll tell y'all one of the BBN stories. I mean, on one of the Treyway stories. Crippy did one of the realest shits ever. So, do y'all remember when they had the shootout over there on 40th or whatever that was down there in Midtown and down there in Times Square? So they had the shootout, not the shootout. They robbed the book bag from the dude, right? Whoever that guy was, Slum Lord or some shit like that. Slum Lord. They robbed his Scum Lord or Slum Lord. I don't know what the name is. Shout out to him though. No disrespect intended. So they robbed his book bag And remember, Tekashi and some people got sued by a lady that was in there, by a whole nother person, and it was the rapper, right? Remember that interview? Remember that situation? They was inside the building, and allegedly, a couple of Treyway members went inside. I forgot who was there altogether, but Shotty was there also. So hold on. No, hold on. I try to Kirby out. I try to contact him. So hold on. So let me tell you what happened. So Shotty was inside the place with the gun. He pulled the gun out on them. It's on camera. He pulled the gun out on them and everything. So now everything's over and they leave. And when they leave, they jump in the whip. And for everybody that don't know, down in Manhattan, like 42nd Street, you sitting in traffic. If you, for whatever the reason you bring your car down there, you might sit in traffic for like 30 minutes. This is just what it is, fam. So now they sitting in traffic after they just stole the book bag and robbed the dude. And those guys is gonna call the police. It is what it is. So they stuck. They can't go nowhere. So Shotty gives he does this. He gives the gun to Tekashi and tells 6ix9ine to get on the train and take the train back to Brooklyn. Now this is 6ix9ine. This is in the height of his fame. This dude can't just be riding around on the train. This is the height of his fame. Everybody knows this dude. This is the height of his fame. The height. If 6ix9ine go outside and he don't have no hat or nothing like that on, he's gonna get a giant crowd. This nigga told him to take the train home with the gun that they just used to rob some dudes. I mean, I'm not trying to hate on Shotty, but that's not a boss move, man. Not because he sent somebody else with the weapon, but because you sent somebody that was gonna get mobbed by 1 billion kids on the train in the middle of the day. It was like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. In any regard, Crippy hops out the whip, runs up to Tekashi, holds the gun, and takes the train with him to make sure he gets safe back home. That's some of the realest nigga shit, fam. Like, that's what you're supposed to do. That's why you pay dudes. That's why dudes is security. That's why you pay dudes. That was professional. Putting 6ix9ine on that train to go home with that weapon was not professional. That wasn't what you were supposed to do to the breadwinner, fam. How the breadwinner going home on a train with a gun that could put him in jail for who knows how long after y'all just committed an armed robbery? You put the breadwinner on the train. So that was crazy. That was bananas. I don't know what to tell you. And that happened. All right? That happened. That was bananas. I don't know what to tell you. But Shotty did that. And so Crippy did one of the realest shits. That's just some real shit. It's just some real shit. And for everybody that don't know, Crippy is Monster's brother. Monster rolls with 50. So that part. So that part. Shout out to Crippy, shout out to 50, shout out to Monster. Well, we haven't really been trying to do no interviews. Remember, I generally only was doing interviews because you guys wanted me to do interviews. I don't really care to do interviews. You understand? So all those interviews that y'all see me doing, I just did those interviews because our supporters wanted me to do those interviews. Well, most of them, some of them people was hitting me up like, yo, they'd like to interview with me. But for most of the interviews we did, like at least 75, maybe 70% of the interviews we did, maybe 3 out of every 10 interviews we did, we only did it because you guys wanted me to do the interview. That's it. I mean, I don't mind interviewing people, and I'm halfway good at it because I'm a pretty good conversationalist, but I don't really be caring to interview people, man. I'd interview people more if I had somebody that I hate editing. I don't like editing the video footage. You know, I'm just keeping it a stack with you. I just prefer not to. When I had my old editing app that don't exist anymore, I didn't really mind it. But now with these new editing apps, it's just, I just don't really care to do it. Just being honest with you. New program. But also an interview is much easier to edit than a lot of other things. So I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I'll still do interviews. Don't get it confused. It is what it is. But yeah, I was just doing the interviews because 90% of the stuff that we was doing during the Treyway trial, like 90%, it was just you guys that support the platform. Y'all donate money. Y'all donate your time. Y'all hit the like button. Y'all give me views. So I was just like, yo, Jack, go down to the courthouse. Yo, Jack, go talk to this guy. Yo, Jack, go. And I was just doing it. You guys support the platform, and I was doing it. And that's the way that it should work. And then people who weren't supporting the platform, people who weren't donating any money, started trying to order me around to things that I should be doing. Like, you should be doing this. You should be doing. I wasn't even donating no money to the platform. No, I'm going to keep doing what the people who are supporting the platform want me to do, because that's what makes sense. And then they convinced some people that was supporting the platform to stop supporting the platform unless I do what the people who wasn't supporting the platform wanted to do. And it turned into what it turned into. It's basically like what's going on in America right now when you have all of these migrants coming in and the tax money is being used on migrants. The tax money isn't being used on the taxpayer. Like, and that's what's happening. Like with the mayor currently, and I'll just say something about the mayor, Mr. Eric Adams. Eric Adams, the Democrats are fighting each other right now. Let's talk politics for 2 seconds. Pardon me. The Democrats are fighting each other right now. They've been fighting each other for maybe like the last 2 years. I mean, I don't think anybody's really paying attention to it, but the Democrats are fighting each other right now. They're pissed off at each other. The Democratic Party is going in 2 separate directions. I just don't realize it yet. The Democratic Party is going in 2 separate directions. Y'all just don't realize it yet. I don't know if I favor any direction, not for nothing. But there's a part of the Democratic Party that's breaking away with what the Biden administration wants to do. The problem is, anytime you go against Biden administration, they call the police on you. Anytime you go against what Joe Biden wants to do, now these dudes has ended up in court. I'm not going to stop pointing this out. And I'm going to point one thing out, then I'm going to point out something that just happened recently, because I know there's people that saying that I don't know what I'm talking about. You're going to try to tell me that. So, do y'all remember when the accusation first came out about Homeboy allegedly doing an essay?
Why don't you bring it up? Thank you.
Hold on 1 second.
I have to drop off my laundry. Can you hold on, please?
I'm going to take my break.
8226.
Oh shit! Hold on, let me go outside. Lady's about to say her personal information, so we're not gonna get that on live. No, so let me tell you what happened. So as soon as our Mayor Eric Adams, said that he was going to go down to D.C., and when they go to D.C., he was going to go talk to the president, Biden, in order to try to get the monies that was supposed to come here for the migrants. That same day that he was supposed to get on the plane and fly down to D.C. is when these accusations came up. I'm pretty sure they told him that if he tries to go to D.C. and talk to Biden and tries to get that money, I'm pretty sure they told him that that something was gonna happen. I'm pretty sure that he received the threat. I just want to be clear on this, because this, you're welcome. Because this morning, my brother. All right, because There's no reason in the world for them to do this to him if they didn't already warn him. You understand what I'm saying? They're not going to just do it if they didn't warn him. They're going to give him a warning because they don't want him to do it. You understand what I'm saying? So as soon as Biden says that as soon as Eric Adams says that he's going to go talk to Biden about the money for the migrants, as soon as that happened, now all of a sudden there's some lady that came out the woodwork talking about Eric Adams essayed her, assaulted her. Like, is this really what's happening? Did this really happen? So, just so we could be clear, I'm pretty sure most people that reach certain levels of fame or certain levels of notoriety can have somebody jump out of the woodwork and say something happened, whether they're telling the truth or whether they're lying. So this is the lady they send to harass me. She might walk in here. I'm not gonna put her on camera though. They got this crackhead that they send to harass me every day. I'm not gonna put her on camera though. They got this crackhead. They send her to harass me every day, fam. It's crazy. Anyway, she was just standing there like looking in and shit. So I guess, they expected me to be standing outside for her to come up and then pretend like she knows me. So I guess they could tell people I know her. I don't know her. In any regard. So, as soon as he tried to go get that money for the migrants, that's when this lady came out and said that he essayed her. Now, just the other day, they ran another report on him about the situation, right? It came back up because it'll go disappear. But every single time it comes up about this essay situation with this lady that he's saying he don't know her. I don't know if he knows her. I don't have the slightest idea. But every single time this situation comes up, it's when he's doing something to get the money to bring back to New York City. So something that y'all might not know, I dropped a video about it the other day because I find this is important. Something y'all might not know is he's suing the bus companies that's bringing in the migrants for $700 million. Not only is the state of New York, the city of New York, suing these bus companies, the road runners of the world, whatever the bus company is that's bringing the migrants is. Not only are they suing these bus companies, don't get this confused, for the $700 million that they want. Not only that, but they're also suing them for like other expenses, like just. So if they win this particular suit, it's going to be more than $700 if they get everything awarded to them. So as soon as that comes out, these things all come out at the same time. Every time he's doing something to try to get the money to bring it to New York City, they bring up this essay thing. The Democrats do not want New York City to be in a good place. I'm telling you, they don't want New York City to be in a good place. They don't feel like they could win the election if New York City is in a good place. I promise you. That's why they need New York City to be doing bad. That's why they need Chicago to be doing bad. Because the Democrats need a reason for them to come up and say, you see, you need us to fix everything. So they need for things to be bad. You understand? They need for things to be bad. Because the Democrats need to be able to say, see, we're your saviors. It's the Republicans' fault. I got a bigger question. Y'all been in office for 3 years. How did things get worse and it's still Trump's fault? I need for somebody to explain this to me. I'm not trying to be a jerk. The Democrats have been in office for 3 years. Things have literally gotten worse. So I need to know, how is it Trump's fault? Because they still blame Trump for everything, right? So how many years is the Democrats have to be in control of everything for it to now be their fault when something goes wrong? I'm just curious. Not trying to be a dick. Shoot, I'm so sorry.
Damn, Mr. Jack. Fuck,
I'm so sorry. I was trying to help.
Fuck. Shit.
So sorry. I like the jacket, by the way. She always got nice clothes. She's always dressed so nice. Fly as shit every time I see her. All right. Listen, pay attention. So I'm saying all that to say this. And this is not me trying to be a dick. But You know how I always say don't vote Democrat? I don't know. Some of these Democrats are coming over to the side of they don't want their city to be doing bad. And I think Eric Adams really wants the city to be doing better. I think he honestly, sincerely wants the city to be doing better. But I also, and this is in my heart of hearts, and I've been telling y'all this for years, the Democrats need us to be doing bad because the Democrats need to come with their way to save us rather than they can't just say we've been doing great for the last couple of years, everything's been dope, let us stay in office. They don't work like that. The Democrats work as there's always a problem, there's always a disaster. We gotta fix this problem, we gotta fix this disaster, everything's going to hell, the sky is falling. So that's how the Democrats operate. So that's how the Democrats operate. So I believe, and this is in my heart of hearts, I believe Eric Adams really do want what's better for the city. I don't agree with some of the things that he's done. I think that obviously, I don't know who agrees with everything any politician does. But I do think Eric Adams does want better for the city. It's just that he wasn't a politician and they tricked him early. And now he's screwed. But he might be better in the future because now he knows not to make a deal with this person, not to make a deal with that person. You understand what I'm saying? So he might be better in the future. I don't know. I mean, I think he's going to be a one-term mayor, not for nothing. I think that he's done, not even him, I think the Biden administration has done so much to destroy New York City specifically, along with San Francisco and along with Chicago. I think they've done so much. Everybody forgets Chicago's terrible. Y'all do know that's where Obama came from, right? So all of that time that Chicago was so terrible with all of that killing, when the killing was like at an all-time high over there in Chicago, y'all know Obama was like the senator or something right there, out there, right? Y'all know this, right? I'm not trying to hate on Obama. I know everybody loves Obama. But I'm just saying, just something for y'all to know if y'all didn't know. When Chicago was doing its worst, its absolute worst, because the killing was worse in Chicago than it is right now. When they was going on Twitter, because it was Twitter back then, not X. When they was going on Twitter and shooting up the block on Twitter, like every other day, there'd be some person from Chicago posting a video on Twitter of them shooting at their ops, getting shot at by their ops, having a shootout with their ops almost every single day. Obama was the senator. I think he was the senator or whatever the hell he was over there in Chicago. Just something to be mindful of. Just something to be mindful of. I don't trust Biden in them at all. Zero. I don't even think Biden has the cognitive. I think his cognitive. I think his brain don't work right. I think that, he's old, fam. And this is not me. I'm not trying to laugh at him. He's old. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying? And then think about it like this. This is something people don't think about. That's why whenever anybody tells me like they don't drink or they drink very little, that's not like a big aspect of their life, or whatever they substance that they use to get high or whatever it is, but they do it in moderation. I look at it a different way. I look at it.
I'm putting this inside here. Yeah, that's right.
I look at it a little bit different way than when I look at it like somebody who lives an opulent life. I'm talking about people that are rich. I'm not talking about me and you. I'm talking about people that got millions of dollars. I'm not talking about me and you. I'm so sorry about that.
You good, Mr. Jack? You good, baby? I know you love me. You trying to.
So I'm not talking about me and you. I'm talking about people with millions of dollars. These people with millions of dollars, they can live whatever lifestyle they want to live. So if they're an alcoholic, that means that they're drinking like crazy. They just going and getting a new liver whenever they need to. You understand? If they have any other problem, they're doing it like crazy. They just going and getting new kidneys whenever they need it. You understand what I'm saying? You get my point? So the one thing that they can't get a new of is a brain. They could get a new everything else. They could go get a new kidney. They could go get a new lung. They could go get a new liver. They could go get a new everything. They can't get a new brain. So these people who have been abusing alcohol and all of whatever the hell else drug, and they don't have the regular means like me and you, they can literally drink and smoke and do coke and whatever the hell they want to do, heroin, whatever, for days and days and days and days and days and days and days on end. When they get to 60 and 70, what you think their brain is doing? What you think their brain is doing when they get to 50? That's why the more money you have, the less vices you should have. The more money you have, the longer you should expect for yourself to live. So the better you should be taking care of your body. Imagine have the money and the resources to be able to take care of you and your family for generations and generations and generations, but you die at 40 because you got a drug problem. And you have all the money in the world to kill yourself. Because that's all you're doing. Every drug is just literally poison.
You didn't want fire. Before somebody takes it.
Literally. Every drug is poison. That's how come you get an effect. Because you're slowly poisoning yourself in a different way. So that's why there's an effect. You understand what I'm saying? So just imagine having all of the money and the resources in the world. I grew up with functionable addicts. And I know addicts that aren't functionable. So I don't call addicts that aren't functionable addicts. I call them whatever the negative connotation for is the thing that they doing. But the functionable addicts, I call them addicts. Because their life isn't the drug. Their life isn't whatever the thing is that got them by the balls at that moment. You understand? They just happen to do that drug, or they just happen to drink, or they just happen to whatever their drug of choice is. Because there's a lot of people that work for the city. I'm telling you right now, because I know this for a fact. If it's anything like what it used to be, there's a lot of people that work for the city. They smoking crack, they doing coke, they doing heroin, they doing everything that everybody else is doing. They just getting up and going to work every morning. That's it. Now there's people like that at every job, at every profession, at everything. There's athletes like that. Don't get this confused. So there's a difference between a person using a drug and a person being, or a person smoking crack and a person being a crackhead. There's a difference between a person using heroin and a person being a dope fiend. There's a difference. They have a lady, not a lady, a dude, that actually, I think he is a professor. You're welcome. I think he's a professor at, not Harvard. He might be Harvard. It's like Harvard or something like that. It's one of them colleges in Massachusetts. Anyway, so it's one of the prestigious colleges in East America. I forget which one it is though. Anyway, some black dude. He's a whole heroin addict. But he's not a dope fiend. Shows up every day. He's a professor. He teaches a course. Everyone at the school knows that he does it. It's not a secret. He's out and open with it. He talks about it. He does lectures on it. I don't just be talking about stuff, fam. I actually do research. They just tell you I don't do research because they want to lie to you. See, they can't lie to you until they tell you the thing I'm saying is wrong. They can't lie to you until they convince you what I'm saying is wrong. You don't even know my daughter. Get out of here. You don't even know my daughter. Get out of here. You don't even know my daughter. Get out of here. My daughter ain't friendly. My daughter is not friendly. You don't even know her. Get out of here. My daughter ain't friendly, fam. You can't contact her and become friends with her either. She ain't friendly, fam. You don't know her. And she ain't particularly nice either. So she ain't nice either.
Thank you. I'm like, girl, you got your car and go.
Yeah, I'm way nicer than her. Way more. She's not nice either. You don't know her. Get out of here. You're welcome. You don't gotta hurry next time. You can take your time. Okay. Yeah. Real quick. Shout out to my daughter. Her birthday was the other day. Happy birthday, baby girl. Anyway, in any regard, we talking about your man. We talking about your man. We could talk about the food banger. We could talk about the food banger. So if y'all want to talk about the food banger, we could continue to talk about the food banger, or we can. Cause I'm about to be out of here anyway. It's about time. It's about time. Cause I gotta go do our 10-minute videos. It's about time. The spot I be working. The spot I be working in. I usually do my research in the crib, but now that my situation's kind of changed a little, so I do my research outside. And I'm gonna tell you what's so funny. You know how many people really thought that I just be getting on the. You know how many people really thought that I just be getting on the live and I be talking? So now people see me doing my research in real time. Like there really were people that thought that I just get on the thing and just be talking. Like that's really what I be doing. So now people see me doing my research in real time. They see me doing it. I had no idea the effect that it would have. Like I didn't know. Like people really thought that I just get on the thing and just talk. Like people really thought that. Like, and my thing is, I'm right so much of the time. How would you even think that I'm just getting on the? So you think God is like? I'm like obviously God is a part of everything. So you must really think that God got His hand on my shoulder, just so we could be clear. Right? Yes, sir. Just so we could be clear. So you just certain God got His hand on my shoulder because you're busy telling people I do no research, and I'm sincerely right about most of the shit that I'm talking about. Like most of the shit I tell you, I'm right. So you just believe God got His hand on my shoulder. That's either that or you believe I do research. It can't be neither one, and I consistently be right. So you either believe I do research or you believe that God is just definitive. In all of His divinity is just putting images in my brain and then I'm just saying it to y'all. But it has to be one of the two. You make a decision what you think it is. It has to be one of the two though, because I'm consistently correct. And this is not me trying to grandstand. If I was trying to grandstand, I'd be grandstanding. I'm not trying to grandstand. I'm just saying what it is. I'm consistently correct. So either God is putting the shit in my brain or I'm doing research. Which one do you think it is? Because they can have a many things, man. You're doing all the laundry today. Yes. There's more? Sheesh. How do you fit it in the car? She had a regular sized car out there. Sheesh. Anything y'all want to talk about, put it in the chat. Anything y'all want to talk about, put it in the chat. I'll stay for a couple of more minutes. I'm basically done with everything that I wanted to talk about. Anything else y'all want to talk about, put it in the chat. I'll stay here for a couple of more minutes. I have to get to the other part of what I do, which is much less fun. Oh, it's fun for me, but you know, generally speaking, normal people don't find it fun doing research. I do though. There you go. I got you. You good. Yeah, I find it. I have fun doing research, but normal people don't find research as fun. I have fun doing it. I enjoy it. Something. So I find it. Somebody is apparently trying to make fun of me for being polite to people. This is the type of God y'all worship. I don't know what to tell you. This is the type of God y'all worship. I don't feel... You do know the Bible says that we should be servants to each other, right? Before I even say the next thing that I'm going to say, the Bible says that we should be servants to one another. So I don't think it diminishes me in order to be polite to people and open the door for them. What the fuck?
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think there's nothing wrong with being polite. I don't think there's nothing wrong with helping people. I know you want me to feel bad about me being polite and helping people, but I guess you're just letting everybody know who are the people that don't fuck with me and who are the people that do. Obviously, people that don't think we should be polite to one another don't fuck with me. Copy. I got you. I think we should be polite to one another. I'm pretty sure you're the type of person that laughs at a crippled person if they fall over also, right? A crippled person walking, they fall over, you laugh at them. I'm pretty sure.
It's 53.75.
I usually consider it to be a blessing whenever I have the ability to be of assistance to another person. That's God blessing me. You know? Some people don't even have the ability to be of assistance to other people. How about that part? Some people don't have the wherewithal, the physical dexterity, the economic freedom, whatever it might be. Some people don't even have the ability to be nice to other people. Yes, ma'am? Yes, it is. Some people don't even have that ability. I feel blessed. I got working legs. I got working arms. I got my cognitive functions are on point. I feel blessed. It's a shame that you think that that's a reason that somebody should feel bad about themselves.
All right, the most you gotta give you is 30 right now for those, right?
But there you go. Some of us feel good when we can help others. I feel bad for the people that are around you because helping others don't make you feel good about yourself. So, hurting people must make you feel good about yourself. Those are the only two type of people that exist.
All right, you're not charging me a whole 50 right now. You're charging me the minimum. You have to put closing. That's $30,
Just so we can be clear. Just so we can be clear.
So if it's over $30, she has to pay it all right now? Yeah. The lady didn't do that last time when it was over $30.
No, we have to pray with that lady because always everybody has to pay with everything that is over $30. She don't charge nothing.
No, I'm sorry, but we charge the same thing all the time. I'm just asking. We just let her know now before she only said 30 on my card, just for that. So give me a minute.
Anything else y'all want to talk about? As you can see, only people that's commenting is the people. They got to be pissed off as hell too, because they've just been in my chat talking crazy. They got to be pissed off as hell. Also, the lady ain't answering the phone. Y'all can't I can't harass her this morning. Y'all gotta be angry. Yes, ma'am. I got you. All of the things. Good morning. All right. Blessed. Feeling blessed. Feeling blessed. Boom.
I mean, she's saying you gotta pay the whole thing.
I'm gonna have to go to the store.
I said the same, I just said the same thing. She said the problem is with the other lady.
I'm gonna have to go to the
It's
store.
not the doctor.
Yeah. Shout out to the Most High. Glory be to God. I just wanted to big up God. I mean, ain't nothing happened at the moment, but you know, I just want to big up God. Glory be to God. God's always working behind the scenes for us, and we don't even know it. I promise you. I want to tell y'all about a thing. So apparently, and I just recently found this out, apparently another one of the individuals that was trying to make my life bad, I think because of the lies that they told, they were forced to literally move out of the community because of the lies that they told. So that's why these people are going harder on me now. Because the lies that they're telling is fucking their own lives up, apparently.
I already know it's you. Because I know you for a long time. So it's not me, it's the other lady, she don't charge you.
Yeah, so their own lies is messing them up. And now, I'm going to say something else. I need for y'all to understand this. Y'all do know that there are actually some kind of weirdos following me around. That's probably them also. You know how much money they probably spent? You know how much money they probably spent? I'm not going to stay on this, but I was just thinking about this. You know how much money they probably spent already in order to try to ruin my life, and I'm still living here, and they trying to get me to move? You know how much money they spent? They probably spent thousands of dollars.
Yeah, I guess so, because she's not trying to stand in the numbers, so she won't get it.
They probably spent thousands of dollars. You know how mad they are that I still live in Coney Island? They probably spent thousands of dollars. Thousands! Remember, they're paying homeless people. They're following me everywhere I'm going. They probably spent thousands of dollars. Thousands. Coming in, man?
Since I ain't gotta go to the other side,
coming in?
I'll do that tomorrow.
There you go. All of the coming in.
Alright, thanks, baby. It's alright, it's alright. It's okay.
It was cold out there,
It's just
man.
because she have enough on her car right now.
Yes, ma'am.
It's alright. Sorry, listen to me yesterday when I said do it then, when I had enough, but it's okay. It's okay.
I feel so bad because I know everybody might complain.
It's okay, mom. Yeah, you can go back. Sorry.
So that's just absolutely hilarious to me. I think about that every now and then. Every now and then I think about that. All of the thousands of dollars that person, because of a lie, there's people who are out of thousands of dollars because of a lie. You know how mad they are? You know how mad they are as they slowly start realizing that it was all a lie? You know how pissed off and mad they are? So I'm pretty sure these people are never going to leave me alone. I'm pretty sure these people are never going to leave me alone. No, I'm pissed off they are. You know how pissed off they are? Pissed off. Man. Madame. Take your time. It's cold out there, be safe. Yes, ma'am. That's a fact. Oh, happy birthday. She said March is a windy month. Then she said it was her birthday in March. I think about that sometimes. You know how much money they spent? You know how much? Because I didn't do anything. I had no plans on doing anything. Everything was just a lie. You know how much money that lie has cost people? Thousands of dollars. I think about that every now and then. I think about that every now and then. I think about that shit. I be like, yeah, well, you know, whatever the fuck is going on with me. But there's some weirdos out there thinking that they're doing good, but the whole entire time they're spending thousands of dollars on some shit that's just a whole lie. Yeah, so anyway, sooner or later that person is gonna have to. It's gonna be bad. People don't like. Spend all of this money when there's actual people out there that this situation is real for. We could have been over here helping them, but instead I'm over here doing this shit with you. So that means that there's people that actually needed our help that we didn't go help. You know how many people probably that didn't get help that aren't here no more? They probably died, they probably got killed. All type of different things could have happened to them because these resources was tied up in harassing harassing somebody that for no reason because of a lie. You know how many people? When you lie, you take resources away from places where resources is needed. So you busy thinking you're not doing nothing bad, but you causing it for people to actually suffer from the thing that you lying about. So thousands of dollars didn't go to help people who are really in a bad situation, who really needed some assistance, really needed some help. You know? If that's not evil, I don't know what is, man. If that's not evil, I don't know what is. Not only do you lying on somebody to try to hurt their life, but you also taking resources away from where the resources are needed. If that's not evil, I don't know what is. That's why y'all can't win. Get it? It don't got nothing to do with me. It got zero to do with me. I'm just not winning right now because I don't want to do anything to harm y'all. You know, I don't really want God to hurt you people. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not asking for God to come, and I'm not asking for him. But if any of us asks for God to do anything with sincerity in our heart, any of us, any human being, I don't care who you are, you ask for something from God with sincerity in your heart, and you out there and you have faith and you believe in him and you're doing the things that anyone, that it will be done. That's why they can't destroy. Because the thing they're doing is levels and levels of evil. It's just evil. Thank you. Have a blessed day. It's just evil. There's no question about that. Okay. Definitely nice looking like the outfit she had. Anything else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. Battery is kind of dying. I'm going to need to run back to the crib at some point. And I got to get my scripts together for everything today. Shout out to Bad Loans. A new sponsor, new person that we're going to be sponsoring. Advertiser, new person advertising on our platform. Shout out to Bad Loans. You're going to be seeing a lot of Bad Lungs. He's a rapper. You're going to be seeing a lot of him and his people on our page the coming weeks. Anything else y'all want to talk about? But once again, go check out the BBN. Go check out the BBN. Go check out the BBN. What up, Nick the Slick? Salute. If anybody liked the content this morning, y'all could always pull up to the Cash App or the PayPal or the Super Chat. We always accepting donations. The fuck this nigga looking at me like that for? The fuck? Anything else y'all want to talk about? Come on, I got a couple of minutes. Also, once again, shout out to the Vlad and shout out to Food Banger. He did the interview with Vlad. Shout out to the Hop Out Boys, HOB. He did the interview. Once again, my interview was way more in depth. He answered all of the questions he ain't answered for Vlad. He answered for us. All of the questions that he dubbed Vlad on, he answered for us. All of the questions. Everything he was dubbing Vlad on, he answered for us. And just so we could be clear, when he answered those questions for us, there was still a fear of indictment. He didn't get indicted on anything that he answered for us. He didn't get indicted. None of the interviews that I did got anyone in trouble. I know how to interview. Not one interview I did got anybody in trouble. Not one interview I did that information get pulled into court. I know what I'm doing, fam. Not one interview. Shout out to that interview. He talked about the Shotty situation. For everybody that don't know, he believes Shotty snitched on him. I don't really want to talk too much about whether Shotty snitched or not. You could go look at the interviews yourself. But he basically accuses Shotty at one point or another snitching on him. When you see the Vlad interview, Vlad tries to get him to talk about that. He doesn't talk about it though. Vlad tried to get him to talk about Shotty possibly snitching on him. He says Shotty snitched on him. But also, we did a breakdown of whether Shotty could have snitched or not. And he could have, but there's also other ways that the government could have also had gotten the information. He could have, but there's also other ways that the government could have gotten the information that had nothing at all to do with snitching. There you go.
Oh, thank you.
There you go. Okay. So he could have snitched, but there was also different ways. I'll say what it is real quick. Since we're having a conversation, I'm not going to leave y'all to, and then you can go look at it if you want. So basically, Shotty had a phone, and the information on that phone got Food Banger caught up. So what happened was, his lawyer, when he spoke to Fu, his lawyer gave him some kind of paperwork or whatever. In the paperwork, it alluded to something that Shotty could have said or did that would have given the government the information or gave the government his phone. But so up until the trial started, there was a belief, at least I had a belief, that Shotty snitched on Fu because the information that was being used against Fu was Shotty's phone. And it was basically being said, Shotty turned the phone over. On top of it, it was a super old phone, and there was no reason for the phone to even be had or whatever the case is. Anyway, so when we go into court, we find out that all phone companies hold your data, everything that you do on the phone, for a finite amount of time. So I think AT&T holds it the longest at 7 years. I think Sprint and T-Mobile, I think they hold it for 3 or 4 years. So if you make a telephone call or if you do anything on your phone for up to 3 or 4 years, as far as a telecommunication or a telephone call or whatever the case is, up into a certain amount of years, that phone company could look into that data, and then they could be able to get that data and give it to the government. Now, as far as from what the information I received is, I'm not sure if it's illegal for them to hold it longer than that, or if it's they have to hold it for a certain amount of time in order to comply with FCC regulations. It's one of the two. In any regard, the information in which they received off of Food Banger's phone just as easily could have been acquired, and I said this at the time when we found out the information, because when we find out new information, we dispense it. So at the time, the information that they acquired, just so we could be clear, it could have just as easily, they could have gotten the phone from Shadi, but it's just as likely, probably more likely, the government subpoenaed the phone records from, I think it was AT&T. The government subpoenaed the phone records, and then upon getting the phone records, they didn't necessarily need the physical phone. So I believe that that's also what could have happened. And the reason why I believe this is because they had somebody take the stand, and the person that took the stand actually explained this, and they had a whole conversation about this. Like this was like if you go look at the transcript, like the dude that talked about this was on the stand for like 3 hours. So that's why Shadi is pissed off at me, and that's also why when Fu went up there and Vlad was trying to get him to talk about Shadi, he wouldn't talk about him. He just said that they had some problems in the street, and they did have some problems in the street. That's some whole other shit. But Treyway they was beefing amongst each other in general. Remember Nuke, shout out to Nuke, salute the Nuke. Remember Nuke, they had the situation with Nuke where they was shooting at Nuke. He was trying to get closer to see who was shooting. He didn't even run. So Nuke is walking down the block minding his business. Okay, so what had happened was Nuke had robbed I forgot who Nuke robbed. Nuke robbed somebody. He stole his van, his truck. And he stole his watch and a couple of other things. I forgot who it was. But Nuke robbed somebody. That was Treyway. So when Nuke robbed the Treyway dude, here you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So when Nuke robbed the Treyway dude, he had to go get word. They got all the shit back. Then they was told they could go hit him back or whatever the case is. As far as I could tell, they went about it the right way. So whoever it is that he robbed, I forgot who it was. He was sitting in the driver's seat. The dude that was supposed to be the trigger man, he was sitting in the passenger seat. So they see Nuke coming down the block. Now, what I need to explain to you is these Treyway niggas is really gorillas out here. No disrespect to the apes. I'm not trying to give no disrespect to you guys. But these dudes is really out here. Like, they really out here for real, for real. None of these dudes is for play. Alright? When you hear about Nuke, when you hear about Food, when you hear about freaking Harv, you understand? None of these dudes is for play. You understand? None of them. Not one of them. Alright? Shadi was running through the street shooting at everything moving also. Let's not be confused. None of these dudes is for play.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Have a blessed day. So what ends up happening is they see Nuke walking down the block and dude gets scared. The dude that gotta hit him. He gets scared. This is Nuke. This isn't some random mofo. This is one of the top dogs. He gets scared. He starts shooting at the dude before they roll the window down. So the window's still up. So dude starts shooting at Nuke before they even roll the window down. This dude is scared. None of these dudes is for play, fam. So dude saw Nuke and dude got scared. So when dude got scared, he started shooting. But he forgot to roll the window down. So Nuke is hearing the glass breaking and the shots going. And instead of him turning and sprinting, he started getting closer because he's trying to see who it is. So these are the dudes. These are the dudes y'all niggas is. So these dudes is on a different type of time, alright? If these dudes had got their shit together, they would have been running these streets out here at this point. I don't know what to tell you, because they really had niggas scared to come to New York. They really had niggas scared to come to New York. Shotty got in trouble because a Sprinter got shot up. I think they dropped that charge because they're saying Shotty did it, but I got confirmation. I got word. Some people were saying Shotty did it. Some people were saying Shotty didn't do it. That they capped. That's a lie. That they was trying to like screw him over so he got to get more time. You understand what I'm saying? I don't think the government. I think the government dropped that charge though, because I don't think they could have proved it one way or the other, whatever the case is. So basically, what happened? Trippie Redd was in New York City. So two things happened to Trippie. I think two things happened to Trippie. I'll tell you how. So the first thing was, I believe, Hall punched Trippie in the face. So Trippie beefing with Tekashi 6ix9ine. Trippie, whoever come to New York, especially if you beefing with 6ix9ine, you got to check in with Treyway. That's just what they were saying. It is what it is. Them niggas was moving and enforcing the shit. So what happened is Trippie came to New York, and when Trippie came to New York, freaking they ran up on Trippie because Trippie was talking crazy about Tekashi. So they ran up on Trippie like at the hotel or some shit like that, and then Harv like slapped the shit out of him. Bam. And then a whole nother time, I don't know if it was Trippie or a different artist, but they was trying to escape from Treyway. So they ran downstairs and they got in the fucking Sprinter and they was trying to drive off. And allegedly they said they pulled up next to the Sprinter and Shotty started shooting into the Sprinter. Now I don't know if that's true. I heard that did happen, but I heard that it was somebody else. And I got reason to believe that it wasn't even. I have reason to believe it was somebody else, and I have reason to believe that they were trying to set Shotty up. So I don't know if any of that is if any of that is true. Just so you know. But they were people that was trying. As soon as Treyway got in trouble and started, there's another gang out there. I'm not gonna call them out because it is what it is. But there's another gang out there, and allegedly some of the people that got caught up in the Treyway matter was snitching on them niggas, and allegedly some of them niggas was snitching on them niggas. I'm just leaving it at that, and I'm not going no further into it. Allegedly. Allegedly. Yeah, so allegedly that's what happened. Just so we can be clear. I can't really. Allegedly. That's all I can say. I'm so sorry. I like this lady so much. She's just so fucking cool. Like, it's like she's done seen everything in the world to see and just don't nothing bother her no more. Don't nothing bother her no more. She's just so cool. Like the other side of the pillow. I need tissue. I'm so sorry. You got tissue? Yeah, you got some tissue. Don't be scared. I got a little. Imagine you telling me I look like a bum, but you on my live though. I look like a bum, but you on my live though. You know this is my own merch, by the way. This is my own merch. I wear my own clothes. You do know that, right? Yeah, I wear my own clothes. Shout out to you though. So as far as that is concerned, so there was a lot of stuff going during that Treyway. There's a lot of stuff that I would love to talk about involving the Treyway matter if I ever interview some of these guys again, I'll discuss it. But there's a lot of stuff that I would love to talk about involving the Treyway matter, but I would need to be talking to people that's either Treyway or a part of this other gang that I'm just not gonna mention because I'm just not trying to throw shit out there. You understand what I'm saying? But if I talk to somebody that's a part of Treyway, but if I talk to somebody that's a part of Treyway, or if I talk to somebody that's a part of this other gang, and then they also agree that this is a conversation that we can have, I'll have the conversation. Y'all gonna find out a lot of shit that niggas don't know right now. I'm just keeping it a stack with you. I know a lot of stuff that don't nobody know about the Treyway situation, about this other gang situation, about a couple of these rappers that got locked up already got time. They already got hit with their time. One of the rappers that got hit with their time was trying to reach out to me. I think it probably, if I would have, he was trying to reach out to me. I don't really want to say too much, but you're welcome. So there's a rapper, he got locked up, and he got his situation, he got locked up. He's locked up now. I don't even want to tell you how long he's gonna be in jail, because I'm not trying to tell you who he is. So he was trying to actually reach out to me beforehand. And that's dope. And one of the reasons why he was trying to reach out to me beforehand is because of all of the good work that we did with Treyway. At least that was the impression that I got. The only reason why we didn't actually do anything together is I'm literally that guy that you gotta walk up to and say something to. Like, you gotta walk up to me and say something to me. Because I don't assume certain things. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna assume just because I'm gonna tell you something that happened the other day. So I'm playing back. When I go to hoop at the court, I don't go hoop to play with nobody. I go to play by myself. That sounded crazy, but I go to hoop by myself. I go to shoot by myself. I don't go to shoot with nobody. If you see me walking to the park, I'm not going to the park to find people to play basketball with. I'm not trying to do none of that. I'm trying to go to the park. I'm trying to work on a skill, or I'm trying to work on a move that I've seen in the NBA or somewhere. And that's what I'm doing. I prefer to practice more than I like playing. I'm just saying what it is. I prefer getting better at a thing more than I like to actually do it. No matter what the thing is, I just prefer to get better. In any regard. So I'm at the park, and I'm playing basketball, shooting. So there's some kid playing over there. There was some dude that was like shooting around with the guy, but he had like some super tight shorts on or some shit like that. So I was just like, that might not be the type of game I'm in for. Shout out to dude though. I'm not throwing shots at you. I'm just saying what it is. Anyway, so I seen the guy left or whatever. So I seen homeboy. He was still shooting over there, some young kid or whatever. So I was like, yo, you want to play a one-on-one? He was like, yeah, come on, boom. So while we playing a one-on-one, two more people show up. They're like, yo, do you want to play 2-on-2? I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? I don't have any aversion to playing with other people. I don't have no aversion. I'll play with other people. Don't get it confused. But I'm 100% content to go to the park by myself, shoot around for about an hour, maybe 2 hours, and then go home. 100% content. I'm just telling you what it is. So while we're playing, we play at 21. One of the dudes don't want to play. Shout out to the homeboys that was playing. I appreciate y'all. So we're playing, and at the end of the game, one of them make reference of being a YouTube content creator or some shit. I don't know. So I'm like, yeah, well, yeah, I do YouTube or whatever. Then they said something that I don't really feel comfortable with. It was like, yeah, so you famous or whatever the case is. I'm not famous, man. I'm blessed by God to have the skills to be able to do a thing that I like to do. There's many of other people that have the same skills and better. They probably just had somebody steal their dream from them. They probably just had somebody tell them they wasn't good enough. They probably just had people chase them down and run them off and convince them to go do something else other than what they wanted to do in life. Excuse me, you come here? Yes. That what could have happened. I'm pretty sure that there's people way better at this than me, but they just had their dreams crushed. They just was around people who were dream stealers. They had somebody tell them that they wasn't good enough when they were more than adequate, you know? So a lot of times it isn't how good you are at something. It's just whether you're gonna give up when the people that hate you pull up and tell you gotta give up. That's basically what most of life is. Like, are you gonna give up when the people that don't like you tell you that you gotta give up, or are you gonna keep going when the people that don't like you tell you you're gonna give up? So that's basically what life is, you know. So no, I don't consider myself to be anything other than I'm just Jack, fam. If you like what I do, you like what I do. If you don't like what I do, you don't like what I do. It is what it is. What up to the few? Salute. Yeah, it is what it is. Like that's just simply it. It's not no more. There's no reason to add nothing to it. It's just what it is. That's it. I prefer for people to just talk to me like I'm a regular person. So if the rapper, I'm not going to say who it is, and I saw them multiple times, you know, and you could tell they wanted to say something to me. You know how when people look at you and they want you to say something to them, but they don't know. So any rapper listening, just, I promise you, just approach me, just talk to me. Anybody that wants to have a conversation with me, especially if you're a female and I think you're cute, just walk up to me and talk to me. Those sneakers is fire, fam. Alright? Especially if you're cute. And especially if you heard me say you was cute. Just walk up to me and talk to me. You don't even got to try to get my number. Just talk to me like a regular person. I'll get your number, I promise you. I just don't do a lot of assuming that people do. So people get me confused. Because they be like, I should think a lot more of myself than what they think I think of myself. But I think very highly of myself. I just think very highly of other people also. No, and because I think very highly of other people, I think very highly of other people also. I think that lady's complaining about me being here. She just be complaining. Probably isn't though.
Isabel, wash my shopping cart. I'm going to get coffee.
I think I might go get me a sandwich or something. I want a beef, bacon, egg, and cheese, but that fucking place that sells it at the nice price is dumb for. I don't even know how much this store over here sell it for. I should go ask them. But the other one that sells it at the nice price is dumb for. I gotta walk like an hour. That is what it is. I'm because our numbers is fluctuating the way that they are, and I don't know if there's a buffering situation currently already going on. If there is a buffering situation currently going on, somebody let me know. It's going on 11. I've been here way too long. All right, I gotta let y'all go. I'm way too late. Yeah, I'm way too late. I'm late. I'm late. I gotta get to our regular. I gotta go do my research for the videos that we were gonna do today. And we're gonna get back to hip hop videos also. I haven't been doing any rap videos as of late. We're gonna get back to hip hop videos. There's a couple of things that I wanted to talk about, but it's not no real research. It's just my opinion. So I'm gonna try to do some opinion videos today. that don't have anything to do with politics or anything like that. Just some opinion.